evening, I'm Dania and this is KiniNews. Perikatan National states have formed a company to share their wealth among them. This was announced by their advisor, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
4 Perikatan National states have formed a company named SG4 Group to share wealth among them, including revenue from natural resources. This is according to Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, who serves as an advisor to the group. In a press conference today, Mahathir said the group, which involves Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah, and Perlis, will have equal stakes in the company so that even states that are far behind can benefit.
Umpamanya kita percaya bahawa rare earth ni adalah satu punca kekayaan. Jadi rare earth ni bukan terdapat sama rata 4 buah negeri. Satu negeri mungkin lebih daripada yang lain. Jadi dalam syarikat ini kita agih segala hasilnya secara sama.
He added that the company is concentrated solely on the 4 states' development and does not deviate from the federal government's past. Also present during the press conference were past President and SG4 advisor Abdul Hadi Awang, Opposition Parliamentary Whip Taqiyuddin Hassan, who serves as SG4 Executive Secretary, and the Menteri Besar of all 4 states. Meanwhile, Taqiyuddin said the company will focus on 5 clusters that it aims to explore. They include infrastructure and logistics, trade, investment and industry, agriculture and food security, education and human capital, and new sources of income.
Rescuers in the search and rescue operation for the sinkhole victim did their best but couldn't find the women. The Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department Deputy Director said this while sharing some of the troubles rescuers faced.
Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department personnel did their best during the 9-day search and rescue operation to recover Indian national Vijaya Lakshmi, but just couldn't make the crucial breakthrough. This is according to the department's Deputy Director, Rozihan Anwar Mamat. He told the Malaysia Hari Ini television program that his team had to consider various aspects, strategies, and tactics arranged for the SAR operation to ensure that the actions taken were not questioned. He said the rescue team also held detailed discussions every night before starting the operation the next day. He added that another challenge was the golden time, which is within the first 24 hours of the operation. This allowed them only 2 hours to maximize the SAR efforts from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. He said that at 2 a.m., the water level in the drain began to decrease, reaching its lowest point an hour later, and started rising again by 4 a.m. He also acknowledged that intense media coverage added to the pressure to find Vijaya, but that despite his team's full dedication, they were not able to rescue her. The government yesterday said they had decided to shift to a search and recovery mission. After the announcement, Vijaya's family members performed last rites at the site of the tragedy and returned to India last night.
Still on the sinkhole, it was announced today that the recovery and reconstruction of the area is expected to take around 3 to 6 months.
The recovery and reconstruction of the area affected by the sinkhole incident in Jalan Masjid India are expected to take 3 to 6 months. This is according to Kuala Lumpur Mayor Maimuna Muhammad Sharif. She said that the recovery and reconstruction work will cover a stretch of approximately 200 meters from Wisma Yakin to the police booth on Jalan Masjid India. The area has been cordoned off with barriers to allow for repairs and detailed investigations into the underground utility systems, as well as other related matters by relevant agencies. She added that inspecting the underground utility systems will take time and will involve agencies such as Indah Water Consortium and Air Selangor to check for any pipe leaks. Maimuna told Bernama that they will also collaborate with telecommunications companies to inspect cables, as there are cables from these companies in the underground sections. She said the Minerals and Geoscience Department will provide detailed technical reports and information on the soil stability around the incident site. Maimuna added that traders in the area can continue their business as usual, but the public is advised to avoid crossing the yellow tape set up by the police and to use only the pedestrian paths during the recovery process. Yesterday, it was reported that the minister in the Prime Minister's Department for the Federal Territories, Dr. Zaliha Mustafa, announced that the search and rescue operation for the Indian national, Vijaya Lakshmi, who fell into the sinkhole, had been called off after 9 days of searching and had transitioned to a search and recovery phase.
Before we move on, if you like access to news like this and more, consider supporting us and donate to KiniTv by scanning the QR code on the screen. Former Sabah Chief Minister Yong Teck Lee has called on Perikatan Nasional to stay out of the state's next election. This came following a post from Abdul Hadi Awang about his party contesting in Sabah.
Sabah Progressive Party President Yong Teck Lee has reiterated his party stance that national parties should not contest in the upcoming Sabah polls. SAPP is affiliated with both PN and the Gabungan Rakyat Sabah State Coalition. According to the New Straits Times, Yong said they are still part of PN but believe that PN should not contest in the Sabah state election. He said PN leaders were upset, but this is still their stand. He added that there is no law prohibiting any party from contesting, so there is no need to get upset over their stand. This came after past President Abdul Hadi Awang said that his party needed to gain a foothold in Sabah. Hadi said he saw PAS as having a future in the state, as many of those at the party's convention in Kota Kinabalu over the weekend were youth. Yong previously said the presence of national parties in state polls was a form of interference in Sabah's matters. He added yesterday that SAPP will contest under the GRS banner in the next Sabah election.
When asked for comments on SAPP's remarks, Hadi said that PN's top leadership will decide on the matter.
Bergantung pada kita yang buat keputusan, bukan mereka buat keputusan.
Setakat ni memang PN akan bertanding lah. Dari segi Datuk Guru sendiri ada cakap PAS perlu menang di sana untuk keadaan lebih baik. So dari segi PAS sendiri, berapa jumlah minimum?
Masih dalam perbincangan dengan parti-parti yang dipilih untuk pilihan.
So adakah PN akan kerjasama dengan GRS itu sendiri?
Itu akan dilihat mana yang lebih baik.
Meanwhile, Puat Zakarshi believes that Hadi was just dreaming about trying to capture the state. This is what he said about Hadi's remarks.
UMNO Supreme Council member Muhammad Puat Zakarshi believes that it will be hard for PAS to win even a single seat in Sabah, let alone capture the state. He was responding to past President Abdul Hadi Awang's Merdeka message, which he described as nothing more than a daydream. He also questioned what PAS was trying to free the country from. Puat said PAS hasn't freed itself from the practice of toxic politics, which include labeling political rivals as Dajjal, anti-Islam, and so on. Yesterday, Hadi stressed that to achieve complete Merdeka for the nation, significant inroads must be made into Sabah. In a post on Facebook, he said to implement this, they must win in Sabah, or they must at least win seats. He added that the last general election showed many UMNO members and young people voting for the Islamist party to the extent that it was able to govern in 4 states. At present, PAS has 1 assembly person in Sabah. In the past, the party had fielded candidates in the state, but had failed to win a single seat.
Zaid said he hopes authorities will investigate the SD issue. He said this when asked for his comments on the police report by Bersatu Youth.
Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has responded to Bersatu Youth's police report against him. He told reporters yesterday that he welcomes the investigation resulting from the report for allegedly deceiving and misleading the previous Yandi Pertuan Agong. He said he hoped that the authorities, whether the police, the registrar of societies, or even the Attorney General himself, could investigate the matter. Zaid reiterated his claim that the 10 statutory declarations from BN MPs who gave their support to Perikatan Nasional Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin were invalid. He explained that all BN candidates must sign 3 documents acknowledging that any seats won belong to the party and not the individual, as well as handing over power to form the government to the coalition chairperson. He added that there is video recording evidence of BN candidates signing the documents. On Friday, Bersatu Youth's permanent chairperson, Akmal Zahin Zainal Zahir, lodged a police report against Zaid, saying that the latter's deception of the previous king is a serious criminal offence. This was in relation to the 115 SDs Muhyiddin submitted to police, including his own, backing him as Prime Minister in the aftermath of the 15th general election in November 2022, which resulted in a hung parliament.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Dania. Thanks for watching.